Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a meal prep day, so I'm going to be making some sausage casserole with the help from my trusty Ninja air fryer and Instant Pot. Thank you very much for coming back. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're going to enjoy this recipe. So these are the ingredients I'm going to be using. Obviously, I'm going to be using some seasonings that I got in a cupboard, but these are the basic ingredients. I've got some sausages here, so 2 packs, so it's 16 pork sausages. I got some potatoes. I will use this to bulk up the casserole, and I've got some frozen casserole mix and a can of baked beans. When I make this recipe, which is requested by my mother-in-law Brenda, when I told her about this, that we make this on a regular basis, it's a very nice and hearty recipe. So when I make this casserole, I actually make the sausages in the air fryer. There might be recipes where you can actually combine everything in the Instant Pot, but the reason I make them separate, because my daughter Ella, when it comes to like stew and casserole things, it's a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes she eats it, but sometimes she would just pick out the sausages. So what I started doing is just make the sausages in the air fryer, save a few for her, and if she doesn't really want the casserole or a stew, then she can just have the sausages. So it's quite nice and simple. And also if I make too many, then we can just have it in sandwiches. So it's still going to be a very straightforward recipe, even though I'm going to be using the Instant Pot and the Ninja air fryer as well. So let me just get everything ready and I'll get back to you. So I got the sausages in the air fryer. So I got 8 in there, 8 in there. I'm using my paper liners. I recently did a bangers and mash recipe with my Ninja and the Instant Pot. So if you haven't done so already, please check it out. I'm going to be using the paper liners because there's a lot of grease that comes out of the sausages. I'm just going to be just doing a quick matching air fryer. Just a quick air fry sausages. It will take about 20 minutes. So what I do is I do 10 minutes and I turn them over. So when these are in the air fryer, I don't need to worry about them. So both of the baskets are on. So I come back in 10 minutes, flip these over, and I put them in for another 10 minutes. Obviously keep an eye on them. So I'm just going to prep the Instant Pot now because the Ninja is doing its thing. I do apologize for the sound. It will be maybe a little bit noisy because I've got the air fryer in the background. I put a little bit of olive oil in there, but you don't actually need olive oil. You can use any kind of oil that you want. I'm going to be putting in the casserole mix, which is 1 kilo. I guess you can use fresh casserole mix, or you can just put your own vegetables together. So it's just nice and simple. So you just pop it in there. And it's got onion, it's got potatoes, it's got also vegetables as well. So what I'm going to do with the Instant Pot, I put the saute function on. I'm going to start sauteing a little bit. So when I fry this up a little bit, you can hear it, it's just the saute function just came on. So it's going to take a little bit of time to saute everything together. Because it's frozen, you don't have to go all crazy with this sauteing. Obviously, if you've got fresh vegetables, it's easier to saute together than if you've got frozen one. But to be honest, this is going to be the base of the casserole. So as long as it's kind of all combined together and a little bit steamy, so it's not like you just don't put the whole frozen block of veg in and just hope for the best. So we've got that, and these are the potatoes that I peeled just to make it a little bit more. So just combine it all together. So I'm going to be putting the seasoning in now. So some fine sea salt. Again, you can use table salt or any kind of salt. I always check the seasoning after it's done because it's quite hard to, I don't really measure the seasoning, and I use my usual Future Egg, which is like a all-purpose seasoning that I like using for pretty much everything, being generous. And I'm going to be using Worcester sauce as well. This is just Lidl's own brand, but if you like a specific type of Worcester sauce, again, it tastes a little bit vinegary. I think it's quite hard to describe, I think. Again, just combine everything together. The next bit is very important. So we are still on the saute. So now I get the baked beans, okay? So this is just normal Moist on brand, but again, if you like any kind of baked, and so just Pop it all in. You can turn on the sorting function now, so you just press cans on the front. And so fill up the cans. They use just it's very frothy because obviously there's big beans in it. And then just pop it in, so one can. And whatever you do not stir the bean, because it happened to me when I first started using the Instant Pot. I used to stir it in and came off with the burn notice. And ever since that, when it comes to anything that's got tomato paste in it, I just put it on the top. I do not stir it because it will get burned to the bottom. Alright, so with the Instant Pot, we've got the seal is ready on the lid. Lovely sound. Okay. Make sure that the vent is all closed. So we don't want to vent. And I'm going to bring you to the front to show you how long we're going to be having this on. Alright, so this is the front. So what we're going to do is put it on pressure cook. I always have it on high pressure. It's 6 minutes, just ignore because that was probably from another recipe. And I'll put it on 25 minutes. That's going to be more than enough because what we want is to have everything cooked together. Doesn't matter if it's falling to pieces because that's the base of the casserole. And obviously after that we will chop the sausages up after they are done and mix it in with the casserole. The ninja just bleep, good timing. So the 10 minutes is up. Have a look at the sausages. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn these over. These are not actually that fatty. I'm going to turn these over and I'm going to put them in again on 180 for 10 minutes. So yes, so we are on the way. Not too much longer to go now. So the sausages are all done in the ninja. Let's have a look. So they are looking pretty good. So 20 minutes on 180 air fry. Those baskets. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take these out and I'll save some of them for Ella. And what I'm going to do, I'll wait until they cool down and I will chop up the rest because they're going to go in the stew. Alright, so our Instant Pot has just reached pressure. It took about 15 minutes. So when it reaches pressure, then that little knob comes up. It means it's under pressure. So even if you wanted to, you wouldn't be able to open the lid. Do not try it, please, because it's extremely hot in there. And because we set it for 25 minutes, we can see the timer and it starts counting back. And when it reached 0, then we will do a natural release. And we're just going to check on it. Alright, so it started bleeping, which means it's going into natural release. We don't want natural release, so I'm gonna open the vent now, and we are gonna be doing a manual release. So first of all, I'm gonna be pressing cancel on the front. So we are turning it off now. I'm opening the vent. Make sure there is nothing around. Have to be very, very careful with this bit, okay? So just do it gradually. Keep opening it. Now you see, I don't know how much you can see the steam will escape. Make sure, no kids around, no pets around. Make sure that you put something over it. So I turn the front off. So cancel it. I'm opening up. So this is the manual release. So we don't want natural release for this because otherwise it would overcook it. Just do it gradually, little bit by bit. So make sure that, you don't put your hand in front of it because it's extremely hot, okay? So you really have to be careful that, no kids around, no pets around, and you look after yourself. I don't know if you can actually see, but this is hot steam. And often I actually change the cloth because it does get damp. So you may want to have like a designated cloth for this, but to be honest, I just use a tea towel because I change this pretty much every day. So I don't know if you can see the steam. I'm going to open it up. There's still steam coming out. Obviously, if you have more potatoes in there, it probably will take longer to reach pressure. But you saw what I put in there, so that was like a kilo frozen casserole. To be honest, probably with fresh vegetables, it takes less time because obviously it's fresh, it's not frozen. Okay, so still a little bit. I don't know if you can see the little bit here. It's gone, actually, I'm on the other side of the camera, but yeah, the little knob is gone down. So now we can open it. Again, be very careful. So we've got the casserole ready. I'm just gonna show you. Looks really nice. I mean, you can experiment. If you like it a little bit thicker, then you may want to put a bit less water, but I wouldn't probably recommend it because then you don't want anything to get stuck to the bottom. But I think this is a little bit maybe liquidy because obviously I use frozen vegetables. I'm just gonna do a taste test. It's pretty good actually. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt because I think the baked beans makes it a little bit sweet for me anyway. Let's taste it again. Perfect. So I cut up some of the sausages. So these are 10 sausages all cut up, and I've got the remaining sausages. I didn't cut them up, they will be perfect for Ella. So what I do, just put them in, stir them in, and the sausage casserole is ready. I'm just gonna pop some on a plate and I'm gonna show them to you. Alright, so this is it. I think it just looks amazing. So with a couple of slices of bread, it's quite simple and easy and inexpensive to do. To be honest, you can probably leave the sausages out, just substitute it with some lentil if you want to go veggie, or like bulk it up with a little bit more potatoes. So bon appetit, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's quite a simple one. This is the way we tend to make the sausage casserole. So I said there might be another way with the Instant Pot, but this is the way we like it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for staying with me and tuning in. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.